time, never used it. This is the old Stump clamp from Stihl. I don't have a knife to open it. So feels appropriate. Well, that's no good. All I do is just get a bunch of dirt all over the camera. Sorry, guys. Very nice. And I can just take a seat. Monty, will you just go lay down? Now? I hate this stupid thing. Okay, it's got arrows. Okay, yeah. Nice. Let's go get you guys and bring it over here in case somebody shows up. Maybe move a few pieces of wood so I can. Alright. Sorry, you're underneath a pile of wood. I don't understand why this thing keeps falling. Oh, it's so aggravating. Oh, Jesus. Alright, I tell you what we're gonna do. I'm over it. I'm gonna set you guys up on this piece of wood. I'm sorry. Then we use the splitting cone. Put you guys up like that. And it is way, way, way too close. Let's see what we can do here. There we go. Much better. What up, ground pounder? I am struggling out here. It is struggle city. There we go. Jeez, that was ridiculous. And this is not like the most comfortable spot either. Much better. Okay, what's everybody been up to? Stump Vice Rocks? Yeah, I know, dude. It's been so long since I've used one, so it's kind of crazy to actually be using one right now. Because like I said, it was such a long time ago when I actually used one. So, and this is one of them chains that, like, I knew my chain was all messed up and I didn't have one. So you guys always see my, like, wall of chains that's in my shed. I walked in there and just kind of picked one off the wall. Luckily, it looked like it had maybe been used once and got dulled, and then I don't know why it got put on the wall, but it did. So I grabbed it. I think I may have been in a little bit of a rush when I sharpened it the first time, because it ended up with a bit of chatter to it when I was using it. But yeah, I decided on what the, oh, Barack, what's up, man? I did decide on what the next video would be, so I started working on it. It'll be what's up, Rob? Yeah, I like how it kicks the bar up into the air. It's just a much more comfortable angle to be working at. So I would, next time when I do it, I would like to put this on the other side though, and it would be even better. I kind of messed up on this one because I guess when I do the other side it won't be so bad. It's a little in the way. Yeah, I got a oak removal. It was pretty gnarly lean to it. That'll be next. Leaned over a second story porch and over the house. So it's pretty fun. I think in that video I discuss a couple tricks for, like, I know climbers, it's one of the most aggravating things is gaffing your rope when you're climbing, especially when you get that new rope and you end up gaffing it. It's the worst. So there's a couple tricks to prevent gaffing your rope. In the video I get to use, it's my first chance to use the new lanyard that they sent to me from Gap, so that was kind of cool. I had some fun rigging it. Oh, I set up, oh, the rigging setup, that's what ended up being really kind of crazy, gnarly looking. You'll see in the video, the rigging setup was very, very, very different. It actually, show you guys before it gets dark. I ended up doing it. My wife got me out here planting flowers and stuff the other day, or yesterday. But yeah, and the new one. What was I doing? What was I gonna say? There was something. Huh. I don't remember now. I felt like it was something kind of important, but I definitely don't remember it. So yeah. So well, yesterday she got, like I said, she got me out here. So this whole area, look at how crazy that damn dog is. Finally got a little bit of grass growing here, but I planted raspberries. Oh, hang on. Raspberries over there. Then blackberries. Then raspberries. Okay. I finally got these rose bushes to take off last year. Look how crazy this thing is. The gnarly arms and stuff that are on it. But around here's where we ended up doing most of it. But so she got me to redo these beds where we put them in. Then, ooh. My bad. My turtle fell over into the flowers. There's that bed. It goes around to there. Then I planted, that's grape. So the grape should grow up around the railings and stuff. But then I got all my plants to come back this year. So every single one of them is going to come back. Then here's my favorite tree. So if someone was to ask me what my favorite tree is, especially ornamental, it is Japanese maple. I wanted one ever since I was young. Like, it was one of them trees where I would work for people and trim them all the time and prune them and do stuff like that. Um, so when I finally got my place, I built all these retaining walls first thing. So I built like this one out here. There used to be like a little wooden bed right there, but I tore it out, put the retaining wall there, looped it around to there, around the porch, and then did this one, which goes out to a little curve there. That's where the Japanese maple sits. That was a good little spot. I kind of built the retaining wall around having that. But then I have my other cool little tree that I thought I messed up last year, and I had some pesticide stuff to spray because the bugs were eating at the leaves, and I thought it was diluted already, and it wasn't. It was concentrate. So I like torched the tree, and I got so lucky that it came back. But here's my little buckeye tree. This bloomed like crazy, so it's definitely coming back this year. And it did have a weird like branch structure, but I kind of like this. It gets a pretty prominent little chunk here before it gets up to its first union, and the union does go out, but it grows vertical. So yeah, I think I got good structure. Kind of pruned it a little by little, but yeah. So she, like I said, she got me out here doing a bunch of planting, which isn't always the funnest stuff, but I do enjoy the yard looking nice after it's all said and done. And yeah, and then we did like some tulips out here. Some nice trash flew out of my yard. Oh yeah, I should put them lights back. But yeah, I guess everybody is like super excited and ready to start the week. I am not. I'm tired. And geez, look at all this trash I keep everywhere. The wind blows everything my way. So yeah, like I was saying, I definitely wasn't planning on doing a live video. It was just kind of spur of the moment. I was out here. Yeah, my wife enjoys flavored water a lot, so she was kind of all excited for that. But then at the same time, she's real paranoid about the dog getting into something he's not supposed to get into, and apparently raisins can kill a dog, and a grape dried up is raisin. I'm like, oh no. So that's why the grape is in the front and the raspberry and blackberries back here, just in case he was to kind of break into that little side area there, kind of keep him off of it. But Oh, I did get a chance to catch a couple. Hang on, stupid cat. It took off. All right. I did get a chance to catch a couple videos. Whose videos did I see? It's snowing there? Dang, man. That's crazy. Whose video did I see? Oh, I got to watch, DQ put a couple videos out, and I think there's a few more that I still haven't made it to. I didn't get to watch any of the shorts yet, but, his, video on the, like, auto rigging or auto self rigging, where it's an untieable, like a knot that unties itself. That same concept, I believe, is that's used also used as an SRT redirect and up in the canopy. So it's a really good little knot and setup to know. But I think that's probably what happened, is that same scenario was used up in the canopy, and a guy was like, hey, I wonder if I could use it to lower branches. And more than likely, I would say that's probably where it probably came around. The first time I ever base anchored a tree and pulled it over, I had never seen anybody do it before. And but I had seen somebody base anchor to tie off for SRT climbing. So I just used that. I'm like, hey, why wouldn't this work? It's like compressing the spine of the tree, the back, and like holding it together. So as long as you're through a prominent enough fork, that ends up working. It's kind of how I looked at that technique with the knot that comes undone. It's so smart. The same way when you're using it SRT as a redirect, you just have to apply weight to it and keep your weight into the system, and then like set the knot. Then you're good until you get your Monty, get over here now. Until you get your weight like set into wherever you're going, then you can like relieve your weight off and whip the rope and get it undone. But I'm pretty sure, I didn't get to look really close, but I think that's like basically what that was. I've seen it did not look very similar, and the way it acted and worked is just the exact same as the way that SRT redirect works. And it would make total sense. But, dude, I'm gonna notch your head if you don't shut up. My comments won't stay going. Good to see you, Mike. Thanks for checking my videos out. Oh, no problem, man. They've been good. Really been liking them. I haven't got to catch up on, I think Peter's got one that I haven't seen. Ground Pounders. There's a bunch of shorts I haven't seen. I haven't seen any of the shorts, but Ground Pounders got a video. I've been catching a glimpse of Dan the Tree Man's put a few things out on Insta. So I've been kind of stoked to see what he's got next. He had a tree that was going through multiple decks, and it just made me think back to the tree that I did that went through the house, through 2 stories, and then went over the top of the house. That was such a tricky tree to do, but and I feel like the video it didn't get the credit it deserved. Like, I should have clickbaited the title big time, but I figured, nah, no need to like get in depth with the title on this one, because the content alone will speak for itself. Nope, that's not the way YouTube works. So if you guys haven't seen it, I would go check that out. It was maybe a year or so ago, but I really like this. Really, really like the clamp. It's so comfy. Just like fixed, because that's the worst thing in my opinion when you're sharpening and the saw's moving. I got to see Zacchaeus. I seen his last video. I just had watched it. Yeah. Other than that, yeah, I think you guys would be surprised when you kind of see the way that the rigging is actually set up on this oak tree. The way I used the double rings from Gap that they sent me, the two large on the T-Rex, and that sling is like, it's so nice to have because it's so extra long that I can set it up and then redirect it and make it so it shares the load on multiple stems. So we did something along those lines because the tree was in, you know, a dead oak tree. So yeah, other than that, I don't have a whole bunch to say. Just figured it was Sunday, didn't know what you guys were doing, I figured, heck, while I'm outside sharpening a saw, might as well start a live, see what everybody's doing, tell them I said howdy, and hopefully everybody has a good week. You get a spare minute and you can sling a prayer my way for my mom. I'd appreciate that one. Things kind of changed up and aren't going as good now, so I don't know. Sometimes life ain't fair. Been thinking about doing a live video, the next live, and doing it on my fall and the accident and how I feel now. You know, if there was anything that changed, and just talk about it in detail. Kind of explained where I'm at now. If I feel like, you know, because sometimes you can take a negative thing like that and turn it into a positive situation. You know, was I able to do that? Was it a negative? You know, it definitely was negative. Nobody wants to do that, but yeah, I was thinking about this week's live feed. Maybe I could do it on that. You guys just have to let me know what you think. I don't want to. We could do it on a technique or something too, but I feel like I get random questions about it all the time, and just figure be an easy way to answer it is to do it as a live feed. That way people can ask questions if they want. Yeah, it rained here and got cold. It's kind of chilly outside right now. My ears are cold. My saw had a bit of a chatter to it when I was using it, and I see why now. Oh, and if any of you somehow caught the video on my Instagram of them raccoons, I did not mean to post that. I was actually trying not to post it because I thought people would get mad and start griping about the fact that they got hurt and this and that. So I was actually trying not to upload that, and somehow I pushed share, and I didn't mean to. So then later on, I started getting comments from people like Greg and stuff, like nothing bad, but I started getting comments, I think, and I was like, what are people commenting on Instagram? And then I realized, oh no, I accidentally posted that. So for those of you that don't know, I got cornered up in a tree by a big raccoon, and yeah, I ended up having to take a large section out of this tree, and it had a bunch of babies in it. So the mom was very standoffish, and I didn't have any cameras. Dave recorded it on his phone, but he sent it to me. I'm gonna see if maybe what it looks like on his phone, see if maybe he can post it or something. But the video of me like taking my extendable pole and swatting at it, trying to get it away from me, was no fun. But yeah, somehow that got posted, so I'm sure I probably ruffled some feathers. 40-degree temp drop in 24 hours here. That sounds about right for us too, man. It's just cold. It is just cold. It sucks. Cause I'm like so ready for the warm weather to be here, and now it's back to this again. And it's like, come on, cut me a break. I'm over this weather. I want warm weather. But as soon as the warm totally gets here, I'm gonna be saying, "Alright, if you cool off." My dog, he loves the cold. So the heat, he wasn't doing good with the heat already. So remember I told you I almost got into a fight with that guy? Well, I had really bad luck because like I think it may have been later that day or it was the next day. I got into it with my neighbor. Not technically a neighbor, but a guy that lives like a block or so away. Then I got into it with some random dude who was just like walking his dog with no leash. And he's like lets it go in my yard and wanna like punk my dog out for no reason. I don't know. People just have no manners. So then when I put a person in check and make them, acknowledge that they should have manners and they need manners, I feel bad afterwards, which I hate. I just feel like there must have been like a full moon every night for like a week because the craziness that I run into has been nuts. Anyone here watch Aaron Lynch? No. No, what's up with him? He's a Saw guy? No, I haven't though. I'm always down for watching something new. I'm getting to that point with a lot of my saws where my stuff's gonna need to be worked on. I have another 200 that I'd like to have built. I have an 026 that is totally redone that I would like to have built. It's basically done. I just need to find the right hose for like the gas transfer, I think they may have sold me the wrong one. I don't know. I don't remember what it was. I got aggravated and stopped working on it and put it aside, so I need to get it back out and figure out what all is wrong with it. Because it may be something like I can just fix on my own, but if it's not, I'm not into doing a bunch of mechanic work. I wish I had a saw guy that lived close. I have a 201 I'm sending to him for a porting polish job and a couple other things. Really? Yeah, I know you do, Greg. Greg does all his own saw work, he says. I wish. I just don't have the patience, and I lack some knowledge that I think is like necessary to be messing with, key components of a chainsaw. So I feel like I could, just like with a truck, I could do more harm than I do good trying to work on it. Oh yeah, once again my phone's going dead every time I come out here and do a quick live feed. That's the reason on Tuesday live feeds I charge my phone ahead of time. I get it all ready. These random live feeds, seems like my phone's always about dead. But GP, you'll have to let me know how his saw work goes for you. Like I said, would like to have a guy close, but I mean, if I gotta ship it, I can ship it. I just would rather do like a saw at a time. I've seen some crazy stuff happen where guys will send 200s in and they keep the 200 and switch it out with a bunch of clone stuff. That's the hard part. It's like making sure that you're getting proper OEM parts when you're trusting somebody to build it for you, and not getting like knockoff parts and knockoff, pieces for the saw. So, because nowadays, I see videos where guys will go and they'll buy a 200 and they think they finally hit the lottery. They're like, yeah, I got this 200 here, paid this much for it, and then they find out, no, it's a Chinese knockoff. It has maybe actual 200 cover casings, but it's a knockoff. But like, as much as I hate the clone stuff, I'm a guy that like, I don't mind it. I'm glad that it's there, because like if I break a plastic or something and I can buy a clone piece to put on, if it's just a plastic, I'm all for that. Now, machining parts and stuff, that's a different story. But like just the plastics and covers, I kind of like that you can get that stuff. Does anybody else have a weird habit of plucking each tooth after you sharpen it? I take my thumb and I pluck at the blade or the cutting edge, and if it doesn't feel like it's about to gash my thumb open, I go back at it. If it feels like it to cut my thumb open, like that, we're good. At least my phone's adjusting a little bit to the darkness. When was the kids in the business and stuff swing. Yep. Off all winter. Landfill sent his saw to 4 years. Sent it to who? Iron Horse? Whoa. Yeah, see, that's the kind of stuff that, like, worries me. I didn't know Iron Horse was still making videos, if I'm being honest. It's been a long time since I've checked on his channel, so I didn't know. We had a difference in opinion on a few things a while back. And I just felt like I needed a break, so I haven't watched this stuff in a long time. But I did notice that he seems to be a guy who has a big heart, and those type of guys can sometimes have great intentions, but don't actually have the physical ability to take care of all their intentions that they had, you know. So he would take on jobs that maybe he shouldn't. But the part that would get to me is guys would send him saws and he would have them there and they would need to be worked on, and then all of a sudden you would see a saw from Hogan, like from Buckin's Boy, and he would ship it to him, and he would instantly take all the saws and throw them off to the side to work on that saw and get it back to him instantly, or to make something for Buckin. And like, I get that you need to take care of, know where your bread is buttered, because like his channel is a channel because of Buckin, but at the same time you're trying to run some sort of a business there, and you can't do it by doing that. So guys, have a great week. I'll catch you all here in 2 days. Yeah, not tomorrow, day after tomorrow. I'll work on the next video. I'll get it out quick. But yeah, you guys stay safe, have a good week, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.